Welcome back to the Cinemajors. Today's a special episode because I'm reacting to the new official Dune Part 3 trailer. I love Dune, big fan of the movies, huge fan of the books. I'm going to save my big reactions until after the trailer, but let's get into it. Okay.
I trusted you!
Yep. He's not happy.
You promised me that you would never take power in your name. You convinced me that this was your home. That I was your home.
What do you know about me?
Ooh. Movie Chani is completely different from book Chani.
You have conquered the galaxy. You've destroyed thousands of worlds.
Tarantino shot.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think you're way beyond redemption.
Why are you here?
To deliver a peace proposal.
Peace is a good thing. Why should I refuse?
Why should I refuse? Timothy's really digging into that evil
Because it's meant to
voice.
destroy you.
Oh, that's a cool
We
shot.
plan to strike at the core of Imperial power.
You intend to kill Paul?
Regime change.
Idiot. You've just signed our death warrants.
I found someone.
What? Okay, we'll talk about that later.
The
Dune 2.
future has a way of talking to me. I can't see what's ahead.
How does it feel to be human like everyone else, Paul Atreides?
You have no fear, do you?
I fear dishonor.
You sound like an Atreides.
I've been told I was one.
Bro. Hey, that scene's gonna be sick. Yo.
Forgive me
Okay, she went.
for all I've done.
Wow. Okay. Honestly, so the kind of the elephant in the room, I think, for book readers, if you're watching this, is Chani's character. So Zendaya is a lot different than book Chani, which, if you'd seen Dune 2, you kind of knew the direction they were going in, but I think my biggest question mark going into this movie is going to be Chani's character. You see, like, right here from the get-go. Book Chani is Paul's biggest fan. They are completely in line with each other, on the same page, especially in Dune Messiah, which is what this one's based off of. So the route they're going to take with this, I think it's going to completely shake up the story. It's a huge plot differential. So, we knew this coming out of Dune 2. I have confidence Denis can do it well. But it's my only doubt going into this movie. I think everything else looks fantastic. So this scene in particular, right here.
You intend to kill Paul?
So Florence Pugh, Robert Pattinson's characters, from what we've seen in this trailer, so I'm not spoiling anything, they're clearly in cahoots to take down Paul. And that's kind of what a lot of Dune Messiah circulates around. But from the way they word this next part, it sounds like Chani's involved too.
Regime change.
Idiot. You've just signed our death warrants.
So
I found someone.
Robert Pattinson says, "I found someone," and it immediately cuts to Zendaya Chani. My understanding of this, it seems like Chani is a part of their plan to kill, usurp Paul, which wild differentiation from the book. It seems like they're going down this avenue. My thoughts on it are, I'm gonna judge it when I see it, but I'd rather they stick to the book. Seeing what they did with Dune 2, they really have no choice. But it is, I mean, it's important that Dune and Chani are on the same page. And I mean, we're seeing their interactions here.
To be human.
Like, what? It looks like Paul's holding a gun up to her. It seems like this could be like an altercation scene. Maybe this is Chani attempting to kill Paul. That's Paul and Chani with their kids, the twins. At this point in the story, I don't see how Paul and Chani are going to have kids. Chani obviously would never, do the devil's tango with Paul at this point, seeing as she hates him. And if I'm reading this correctly, she might even try and kill him. But the way that this is shot and kind of the grain of it, it seems like this is one of Paul's visions. So maybe this is just a vision. I don't know how the book's gonna bring that together. But then it cuts to them hugging. So maybe there is kind of a redemption, kind of a reconnection here. Things going back and forth. It's going to be good drama. I'm sad for it. But it'll be really interesting to see where they go with that. They're clearly sticking to what Frank Herbert's original intention was with this book. And that was to make Paul the clear and obvious, maybe villain would be too harsh a word for this saga. I mean, if you know what he does ultimately in these jihad wars, he's a villain. But I think there's more to his character than labeling him as a villain. But basically, it's Herbert was intending to undo the perception of what people thought of Paul with the first Dune book by making Dune Messiah, which would ultimately show the true side of Paul, which is more of an anti-hero, kind of a false messiah who leads his people into death and destruction, showing the dangers of following these kinds of leaders who are also fallen human beings like Paul, who can make big mistakes. And with a lot of power comes a lot of responsibility. Thank you to Spider-Man on that one. Like, this production design looks sick. This stole from Spider-Man Brand New Day. So yeah, final thoughts. I think this looks great. This got me more excited, if anything. Of course, it raised the questions around Chani. We're just gonna have to see how Denis solves that. This will be disappointing to me if it's not a 10 out of 10. And I might be glazing a little bit too hard, but that's just how I feel about the books and how I feel about the movies. But let me know how you feel about this trailer in the comments. Yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. All three things will help us grow this channel so we can keep on making videos. And yeah, always remember to major in goofs and minor in films. We will see you on the next one. Peace.